Every week there is somebody who says, Neil, I am gonna do this next week. I'm gonna pay you. Don't you worry. I'm gonna call you on Tuesday. And I know that they are lying to me. Hey everybody, Neil Winteregg here, back with you today at the Matterhorn Business Development YouTube channel. Be sure you like and subscribe. We have some serious stuff to talk about today. People are liars. Not really, but what we are gonna talk about is how prospects lie to you and why you get so upset about it. So I want you to pay attention to the last video that I did. I did a video recently on reading people's minds. And the information I cover about reading people's minds really does apply pretty significantly with people are lying to you. And what that means is that sometimes you're talking to somebody and they're acting like they're very interested and they're telling you all the right things and they're telling everything that you want to hear and you believe it. But in reality, they have no intention of keeping their word. So pretty much every week when I go out on the road and I go out and I meet different people, they always tell me every week there is somebody, sometimes two people, who says, Neil, I am gonna do this next week. I'm gonna pay you. Don't you worry. I'm gonna call you on Tuesday. And I know that they are lying to me. And so I say, listen, Joe, if you're not gonna call me next week, just tell me right now. It's totally okay with me. You don't need to buy anything from me. You don't have to lie to me or tell me anything. It's just that when people leave, 99 out of 100, I never hear from again. Oh no, I'm gonna be that one guy. As soon as they say that, I know I am never going to hear from them again and that they are probably lying to me. Now, some of these people might say that to you and actually, honestly, 99% deep inside their soul believe that they're gonna call you back. But there's that 1% that they aren't willing to look at. And within 5 minutes of walking out of your store, getting off the phone with you, leaving your environment, that 1% becomes 100%. And they go, oh, well, you know, I really decided the time isn't right. And, you know, and they come up with excuses so that they don't feel like they're lying to you and they can sleep at night. But in reality, they are lying to you. So as a salesman, there's not a lot that you can do in that situation. But here's what I do. When I'm being lied to from somebody and it's pretty obvious and I push and I push and I push as much as I can to try and get through to them or communicate to them, and I keep getting the same BS that they think I want to hear about, oh, Neil, you're a great salesman. And you know, when I hear stuff like that, I just want to tell them to get the F away from me because they are just lying to me again to try and make me feel like I'm doing my job. They think that's what I want to hear. But you see, I know what's going on. I know that they are lying to me. So you know what I do? I walk away and I never think about them again. And if that is their choice, that is their choice. But you see, where I see people going wrong in this arena is then complaining for days and weeks on end about how that guy lied to me and prospects lie to you and this is lying and they all are lying. And when you start getting into that game, you're done as a salesperson. You got to go do something else. You have to understand that when somebody is lying to you or somebody isn't being totally honest with you, I understand that that's what's going on. I go, you know what? This deal isn't closing because this person is unwilling to communicate with me fully. And if that's how it's gonna be, and I've done everything that I can in my power to try and get over those stops and barriers, but they won't let me, I walk away and I never think about them again. And that's what you have to do too. There are a certain percentage of the population that are going to lie to you. And when you start talking about money and you start trying to get a commitment out of somebody, even if they need it, even if it's something that is gonna change their life and they still can't make up their mind, and then they resort to lying to you to make you feel better about yourself, listen, stop wasting your time on those people. Your attention will free up greatly when you understand this guy's lying to me. And so you know what I do? I say, hey, you know what? You're right. Let's talk next week. Here's my card. This is my cell phone number. Give me a call on Tuesday. I'll be available. And you know what? Usually it's 3 or 4 days later that I go, oh yeah, that guy never even called me on Tuesday. And I just mark them off my list at that point because they weren't willing to communicate with me. So yes, there are some people out there that are not going to be open with you. They are going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to lie to you about following up with you or being interested in your product. But you know what? Don't worry about those people. Just move on and stop thinking and worrying about the past people that you didn't help and focus on the people that you're going to help. And when you do it that way, it moves you into a position of cause. You're like, you know what? If this guy ever does call me back, fantastic. And you know what? I have gotten phone calls from people a year, 2 years later, and they go, hi Neil, yeah, I'm really sorry because I really should have listened to you 2 years ago. You're right, nothing has gotten better since then. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. And occasionally that will happen. Again, it's pretty rare. But when I'm being lied to, I don't worry about it. I know what's going on, and I just let that person feel like, you know, they're gonna call me back next week, and I just know I'm never gonna hear from them again. So if you run into that, where you've honestly done everything you can, and they're not willing to fully communicate with you, just move on, go to the next prospect, give them your cell phone number, and make them reach out to you. It's not worth your time to follow up with them. So I hope that helps. I'll see you next time.